We're going to take a trip down the sparkling California coast on a historic and restored California Zephyr dome car pulled by a regularly scheduled Amtrak train. We took this trip back in 2014, back when private railcar owners were allowed to pay a fee and have their beautiful cars pulled behind Amtrak trains. Unfortunately, in 2016, the newly appointed CEO of Amtrak struck down that policy, and Amtrak trains were no longer allowed to pull private rail cars. This put all of the private owners in a difficult situation, as they no longer had a way to move their rail cars from point A to point B, nor could they go on any more revenue-generating rail excursions. Essentially, it left them paralyzed. As a result, most private rail car owners sold off their rolling stock to private railroads. For instance, the California Zephyr car we rode in, the Silver Solarium, was sold to the Cuyahoga Valley Scenic Railroad outside of Cleveland, Ohio, which is where it lives its life today. One can hope that maybe someday Amtrak will lift these restrictions for pulling private rail cars. As you'll see in this virtual video tour, riding these cars was a wonderful experience and a great way to see the American countryside. As mentioned, we'll be riding in a historic streamlined Vista Dome car that once rode the rails as the California Zephyr train. It traveled between San Francisco and Chicago. Many of these dome cars were manufactured, but not many exist anymore. The Silver Solarium, the car we rode in, was lovingly restored by its owner, who actually rode with us on this very trip. This particular trip was made simply to move the car from its storage space near Oakland, California, down to Los Angeles, where it would start a private rail excursion to Chicago. Rather than pulling the cars empty to excursion starting points, which are called repositioning moves, railcar owners sell one-way tickets for people to experience and enjoy the ride. And that is exactly what we did. We started our trip at 10 in the morning in Oakland and ended up in LA around 9 in the evening. Along the way, the railcar chef prepared us 3 great meals inside his tiny kitchen, and we enjoyed an open bar the whole way. The weather was superb, and it was a great day to enjoy endless views of the California coastline. Here is a map of California and where Oakland and LA are located. This is the route we took. We started out rolling along the San Francisco Bay, through Silicon Valley with a stop in San Jose, through farmland around Salinas, then past the vineyards of Paso Robles, a stop in San Luis Obispo, then rolled past the sand dunes of Pismo Beach, past the rocket launch pads of Vandenberg Air Force Base, around Point Conception, through Santa Barbara, then the home stretch into LA. All right, I hear the train coming now as we are waiting at the Jack London Square train station. Our Silver Solarium dome car will be hooked up at the end of the train, and we'll all climb aboard for a full day of sightseeing via good old-fashioned rail travel. Enjoy the trip.
What happens when your shirt gets all down?
Riding on track 1.
We are now serving lunch in the Vista Dome of the Silver Solarium. Lunchtime, y'all. Enjoy your bitters.
Thank you, William.
You're welcome.